Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. It's time for Arrow Video's February releases, of which there are a number of titles. Let's dive in, have a look at these, see what they have to offer. I'm going to start off straight away with a couple of Canadian American titles, first of all. So first up, we've got Millionaires Express Limited Edition. All aboard for the all-star action-packed adventure of a lifetime as martial arts maestro Sammo Hung brings East and West crashing spectacularly together in Millionaires Express. Sammo himself plays Ching Fong Ting, a former outlaw with a wild scheme to make amends with the citizens of a struggling hometown of Honshui, explosively derail a brand new luxury express train en route from Shanghai so that his super rich passengers will have no choice but to spend the money in the town. He's not the only one with eyes on the passengers' deep pockets, however. A gang of ruthless bank robber bandits are on the way looking for a priceless map being guarded by a trio of Japanese samurai. Bullets and fists will fill the air in equal measure, but will Hongsu Town be left standing? It's got a new 2K restoration, 4 different versions of the film. We've got a double-sided poster, illustrated collector's booklet, and reversible sleeve. So disc 1 has the 1080p presentation of the Hong Kong theatrical cut and the extended international cut. We've got lossless Cantonese mono audio on both cuts, plus English mono audio for the extended cut. Optional English subtitles for both versions. Commentary in the theatrical cut by Frank Jeng. Commentary on the extended cut by Mike Leader and Arn Venema. Select scene commentary by Cynthia Rothrock, moderated by Frank Jeng. 3 interviews with Rothrock. The New Frontier and Express Delivery, 2 archival interviews with Sammo Hung. Way Out West, an archival interview with Yun Biao. On the Cutting Edge, an archival interview with star Yukarai Oshima. Alternate English opening and closing credits. Trailer gallery. Disc 2 has 1080p presentations of the English export cut and the recent hybrid cut, combining footage from the theatrical and extended cuts for the longest possible version. And we've got the English subtitles for the hybrid cut, lossless English audio for the export cut, and lossless Cantonese mono for the hybrid cut. This was released by Eureka in the UK. Looks as if it's got similar extras going by the cuts and things like that. Fantastic. I had a whole lot of fun with this one. I thought great to see a lot of performers popping up, like Richard Norton, Rosamund Kwan, Cynthia Rothrock. They were all turning up and just having great fun in this one. Highly recommended if you haven't got it already. Nice to see it getting over to the States and Canada, and you guys have a chance to get it now. Next up is The Vagrant. He's Not Home Alone. The 90s cult classic is back. Mild-mannered financial clerk Graham Krakowski buys a run-down starter home only to discover a vagrant living in the empty lot across the street. Keeps appearing inside. Attempts to remove the homeless man's lead to a feud that spirals out of control and tests Graham's sanity as the vagrant enrages him in twisted mind games, defiling his home and framing him for gruesome murders. A brand new 2K restoration, HD presentation, original lossless stereo 2.0, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. We've got Vagrant Memories, new interview with the director. You Are in Hell, new interview with star Marshall Bell. Barfus Homicide, a new interview with Michael Ironside. Handling His Property, a new interview with Colin Camp. Theatrical trailer, image gallery, reversible sleeve, and booklet for the first initial run. I discovered The Vagrant on satellite TV way back in the early 90s. Loved the hell out of it. I would definitely get this if I had a UK release. I still may get it if I can get it at a good price, because I thought this was a fantastic film. Really twisted reveal at the end of it as well, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Next up, we have Giallo Essentials White Edition. Now, this has 3 films that have previously been released. The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, The Iguana with the Tongue of Fire, and The Suspicious Death of a Minor. Now, I won't go through all the plots, well, maybe I will. In The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, Director Emilio P. Miraglia, yeah, we'll go for that, melds the giallo's trade twist-mark whodunit storytelling with gothic chills as troubled aristocrat Alan Cunningham is haunted by the spectre of his dead wife Evelyn and the gruesome and untimely deaths of several members of his family. Next, Ricardo Freires, the iguana with the tongue of fire, finds ex-cop John Norton drafted in to catch the acid-throwing, razor-wielding maniac who's terrorising the streets of Dublin. Final, Sergio Martino's The Suspicious Death of a Minor melds giallo trappings with the elements of then flourishing Poliziotteschi crime thrillers as undercover cop Paolo Germi hunts a Milanese criminal outfit following the brutal murder of a teenage prostitute. 2K restorations from the original camera negative for all three films. We've got original Italian and English front and end titles, lossless mono Italian and English soundtracks, English subtitles for the Italian soundtracks, English subtitles for deaf and hard of hearing, rigid box packaging, reversible sleeves for each film. Now, I won't go through the discs for each of these, but they're pretty much the same as the standard editions, just been repackaged. You know my feelings. I feel it's just we're putting it in a box and charging more. If you've got the titles, you don't need this set. My opinion. Next up, we have .com for Murder, a movie I hadn't heard of. And just looking at it, didn't really jump out at me. It wasn't something I was super interested in until I heard that fantastic name, Nico Mastaraskis, which initially just makes me sit up and pay attention. Natasha Kinski stars as Sondra Brumel, a young woman confined to a wheelchair following a skiing accident, who decides to have a bit of fun on an internet dating site with her friend Misty, while her architect boyfriend leaves her alone for the weekend in a high-tech intelligent mansion he has built for her. Online anonymity works both ways. However, as they discover when they invoke the ire of a young man going by the handle of Werther and find that virtual world violently intruding upon real life, knife in hand. Yeah, Nico Mastaraskis takes us to the dark side of the web in an audacious and vivacious retooling of the classic Hitchcockian thrillers. Think Rear Window 2000 meets Dial M for Mastaraskis. I like that. That's a nice little turn of phrase. HD presentation, original 5.1 DTS, HD master audio and lossless stereo audio, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, the making of .com for Murder. .com for Murder, The Unknown Story, a new featurette in which the producer, director, Mastaraskis revisits the production. That could be interesting. Archival interviews with Roger Daltrey and Huey Lewis. Original trailer, image gallery, reversible sleeve, first pressing only, illustrated collector's booklet. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about this one. I don't know if I'll pick it up straight away, but I do want to see it at some point. Next up, we have The Sister Brothers on Blu-ray and 4K UHD. Joaquin Phoenix and John C. Reilly star as Charlie and Eli sisters, a pair of Old West bounty hunters preceded by their reputations for ruthlessness. They're tasked by their boss, a trade magnate and crime lord known only as the Commodore, with a seemingly simple mission: track down and kill a man by the name of Herman Kermit Worm, with the help of John Morris, a private detective who's approached Worm under false pretenses. As the sister brothers embark on the arduous journey from Oregon to California, their allegiance is questioned and their humanity challenged when they discover their actual target, a secret formula of Worm's invention that, when poured into a river, can help detect gold. We get the 4K Blu-ray presentation of this in 10 HDR10 compatible, 5.1 DTS HD master audio, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. We've got a brand new commentary by the authors and critics, C. Courtney Joyner and Henry Park. Barry Forshaw and the Sister Brothers, a brand new video essay. His own private Wild West, archival hour-long making-of documentary featuring interviews with many of the cast and crew. Animated reviews, trailers, short promotional featurettes, reversible sleeve, double fold-out wanted poster, illustrated collector's booklet. Now, I've had several chances to watch Sister Brothers in my life, and I've turned them all down. I didn't have the urge to check it out. I would love to know if you've seen it, what you think. Did this need such a kind of limited edition release? Let me know in the comment box. And last, we have The Last Emperor in Blu-ray and, of course, 4K UHD. Following the life of Puyi, the last emperor of China, from his birth in 1908 through his childhood in the fortress-like Forbidden City and his later misguided collaboration with the Japanese in World War II, The Last Emperor tells us the history of China through the eyes of a man brought up to believe he was the country's divine ruler. 4K restoration, original extended versions of the film presented in their original aspect ratio, uncompressed stereo 2.0 and 5.1, reversible sleeve featuring 2 artwork options, 8 double-sided postcards, fold-out poster, illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing by Kat Ellinger and Philip Kemp. Disc 1, the theatrical version, is the 4K Blu-ray presentation, uncompressed stereo 2.0 and 5.1, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. First to last, The Road to the Forbidden City, new visual essay from film critic David Cairns. Open the Door, new visual essay by film critic David Cairns and Fiona Watson, in which they follow Bertolucci to the Forbidden City to explore in depth The Last Emperor and the truth on which it is based. Archival interview with director, archival interview with star John Leone, archival interview with star Joan Chen, postcards from China, video footage shot by Bertolucci while location scouting, theatrical trailer, image gallery. This too is the extended version with subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, uncompressed stereo 2.0. I haven't seen The Last Emperor in decades. In fact, it's been so long that I don't think I could even properly comment on the film. Again, not something I would jump out at and get straight away. Something I would maybe pick up in a sale later on, or maybe just check out in the Arrow player. So let's have a look at everything that came out. We've got Millionaires Express, we've got the US and Canadian version there, we've got the US only variant original poster, Shanghai Express 1, we've got the Sister Brothers in HDR and in Blu-ray, the Giallo Essentials, the Vagrant, which, to be honest, the Vagrant would be my pick of the month out of all these titles. I've already got Millionaires Express, that would run it close. The Vagrant is US and Canada only. .com for Murder, I'm curious. And then The Last Emperor on Blu-ray and on 4K UHD. I'd love to know what you think of these releases. Are there announcements? Is there anything that you want to set up, pay attention, anything that makes you go, yes, I'm buying that, that's amazing, or anything that just rubs you the wrong way? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. I would love to read them. Don't forget to hit this video with a like because it helps the channel. There's more content up here if you want to see more of my stuff. Yeah, and in the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program, ManVFilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.